What can you discover when the secrets that we believe exist in the universe are combined with the inner journey of man? Stop and think for a moment. Is the material world everything we see and touch? Or is the reality hidden somewhere much more? Get ready to awaken your soul and mind, because this video will take you to the depths of Gnosticism. Gnosticism is a system of thought that comes from the ancient world and emphasizes spiritual wisdom. The word gnosis means knowledge in Greek, but this knowledge is not just any knowledge, but a much deeper, subjective and mystical knowledge. It is believed that this knowledge leads to the essence of man, the secrets of the universe and the true nature of God. Gnosticism is not only a philosophy, but also an ancient call to the essence of man. For those seeking true knowledge, this journey is a bridge to the secrets of the universe, the deepest corners of the human soul, and the meeting with the divine. Demiurgos and the true God. According to the Gnostic teachings, our world is imperfect, and the God who created this world is not the true God. This creating figure is called the Demiurgos and is often depicted as a small, arrogant god. The purpose of the Demiurgos is to imprison people in this material world. The true God, on the other hand, is beyond this physical world and is full of pure light, love, and wisdom. According to the Gnostics, this divine power, which lies deep in the universe, is a guide for the spiritual awakening of man. Liberation of knowledge. In Gnosticism, the way of salvation is not through rituals or rules in the external world, but through a person's realization of the hidden knowledge inside. Gnostics believe that there is a divine spark inside every human being. This spark elevates man and liberates him from the material world. Reaching this knowledge is not only an intellectual effort, but also a deep spiritual journey. This knowledge, called gnosis, triggers the inner transformation of the individual and provides the liberation of the soul. The illusion of materialism. According to the Gnostics, the material world is a kind of illusion. Everything that appears is a reflection or distortion of spiritual reality. Therefore, desires, fears, and attachments in the physical world hinder human spiritual progress. Gnostic teachings call individuals to transcend this illusion and focus on spiritual reality. This perspective leads the person to question the importance he attaches to material things in daily life. Duality and the journey of the soul. Duality holds an important place in Gnosticism. Opposites such as light and darkness, good and evil, material and spiritual, are seen as an element of balance in the functioning of the universe. But to go beyond these contrasts is considered the true purpose of the soul. According to the Gnostics, the human soul is a traveler who has fallen into this material world, and its ultimate goal is to return to the divine reality, which is its original source. Cosmic War. In Gnostic mythology, the creation and functioning of the universe are described with the metaphor of a cosmic war. This ongoing struggle between the realm of light and the realm of darkness deconstructs a great story in which the human soul is a part as well. Man is both a victim and a hero in this war because his soul has the potential to break the chains of darkness and reach the light. A story from history, Nag Hammadi inscriptions. In 1945, a farmer in the Nag Hammadi region of Egypt found a jar in the ground. When he opened the jar, old papyri came out. These inscriptions were lost Gnostic texts and changed much of what we know about Gnosticism. One of the texts was the Gospel of Thomas. This text is Hertz. It contained the words of Jesus, but these words emphasized the inner transformation of man, not a salvation in the outside world. For example, the translation of a part of it is as follows: "Seek the truth within yourself. When you find it, it is in your salvation." These texts were considered heretical by the official church and were hidden for centuries. The Nag Hammadi inscriptions brought these mysterious teachings to light. Gnostic thought is not only theoretical knowledge, but also based on lived experiences. Let's consider an experience of a Gnostic mystic. His name is Simon. Simon describes finding himself in an ocean of light during a meditation. This light was indescribably bright but not burning. At that moment, he realized that what he called I was actually just a part of a larger whole. Simon expresses his experience as follows. At that moment, I realized that everything I had in the material world was an illusion. What was real was my essence, that light was my reality. Simon's experience can be seen as an example of what the Gnostics call enlightenment. This is not about gaining theoretical knowledge, but about experiencing a subjective and spiritual experience. Meditation and clear thinking. Gnostics believed that it is possible to achieve spiritual knowledge by calming the mind. These meditations often focus on divine light or the origin of the universe. Working with symbols. Gnostics established spiritual connections by using sacred geometry or ancient symbols. Symbols such as the flower of life or the cube of Metatron can be used in these practices. Examining spiritual writings. The Nag Hammadi texts are the guide of the Gnostics. Examining these texts in depth can find answers to many questions. Astral travel and dream work. Gnostics used astral travel and dream work as a tool to communicate with spiritual planes. Gnosticism and the modern world today. The teachings of Gnosticism influence many modern spiritual movements. The idea of journeying within oneself is kept alive in meditation and mindfulness practices. The idea that the material world is an illusion can parallel scientific discussions such as quantum physics and simulation theory. Many artists and writers include Gnostic themes in their works. Films such as The Matrix and Dark City bear traces of these influences. At the same time, the emphasis of Gnostic thought on individual freedom and spiritual independence is attracting increasing attention in the modern world. In an age where people lose themselves in the chaos of the material world, the inner journey proposed by the Gnostics is seen as a means of reconnection of sorts. However, the abundance of information offered by the digital age allows us to reinterpret a Gnostic approach. Today, these teachings can reach wider audiences through online communities and digital resources. Free online copies of Nag Hammadi texts, spiritual content on YouTube channels, and online meditation guides function as a modern Gnostic library. Additionally, the connections established between quantum physics and Gnostic teachings are also remarkable. As scientists ponder the building blocks of the universe and the nature of reality, it becomes possible to come across theories that coincide with the Gnostic idea that the material world is an illusion. Gnosticism opens a door for man to find his inner truth. Perhaps the greatest power of these teachings is that they invite you to an inner questioning. Is there a reality beyond the material world? And what can we do to find this reality? Remember, this is not the end. Every piece of information you learn can be a key that will take you to the next step. May your light always be with you on your inner journey. If you are interested in such deep and mysterious topics, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.